As the governor, I've already created a background and modular assets for my city. Now it's time to integrate them. Hi again! This is the last section of this subsection. We will learn about some tips and techniques when integrating the modular asset, the background, or landscapes in our game. We will explore how to bring our environments to life using parallax scrolling. To make this effect work, we need to understand layering order. I will also share some tips to make our game world look even better. Alright, let's start by understanding parallax scrolling and layering. Have you ever looked out of a car, train, window? Nearby objects like road signs or trees seem to move past you really fast, while distant ones like mountains or the horizon move much more slowly. This effect creates the illusion of depth. In game design, we call this parallax scrolling. Simply put, parallax scrolling is a technique used into the game to make background layers move at different speeds, creating a sense of distance. To achieve parallax scrolling, we need to separate the background into multiple layers that move at different speeds. Typically, we divide them into three categories. Number 1. Foreground. This layer contains objects closest to the players like trees, rocks, or fences. Since they are near, they move the fastest when the player moves. Number 2. Midground. This layer includes objects that are further away, like buildings, hills, or distant trees. It moves at a medium speed. Number 3. Background. The farthest layer consists of elements like the sky, distant mountains, or clouds. It moves the slowest, sometimes appearing almost stationary. To simulate that, now, I'll give you some tips to make your environment look even better. First, adding moving objects and interactive elements. A world with small animations feels much more alive than a static one. Second, ensure that your background isn't distracting. A background should be visually appealing, but not overpowering. Players should be able to easily distinguish their characters, enemies, and attractive objects. If the background is too busy, it can make the gameplay frustrating. Now, let's return to our side-scrolling Mochi Cat adventure. Oh wait, no! The cat turned to a square! Well, whatever. It's just a placeholder. Let's talk about how to integrate everything properly. To add depth, we separate the game scene into multiple layers. At first glance, this might look like a simple 2D side-scrolling game. But if we view it in 3D space, we see that it actually consists of multiple separated layers arranged in different positions. Each asset is placed according to its layering order. Remember, distant layers move slower than closer ones. To achieve parallax scrolling, the layers must be arranged so they don't overlap unnaturally. We also need to write a simple script to make the background layers move at different speeds. Then, add moving elements in the background to bring the scene to life. In this scene, I make the ship gently float back and forth, which adds more dynamic movement to the game world. Lastly, as you can see, the boat, ship, and lighthouse are designed as silhouettes with simple colors, so they don't distract the player. Now you've learned some techniques for integrating modular assets into a game environment. And that's a wrap on this environment art section. Thanks for sticking with me through this section. I'll see you in the next one.